Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing once again? I'm so glad to be your midst, as I always say. Okay, it's so beautiful to be in your ambience as usual. And still on the Ooni Of Ife stories that are coming out at this time. Like I said, I always say this one is going to interest you, and this is a follow up to a lot of the stories I will be bringing to your doorstep. Recently. Now, those of you who are keen followers of the palace stories, we were told that there's a story that is coming out right now, regarding women, in Ife who came from some of the dynasties, some of the families, and they came to the palace. And according to this rumor that is making the rounds in the social media, they said they started praising Ebony and had son, Prince Ademakinwa, calling him the original double crown prince, the blue blood, and all sort of things. They were just praising right in the palace. Okay, and we are told that because of how they went about it, that Ooni Of Ife himself has issued a stern warning to these palace praise singers by declaring unequivocally that Tadenikao is my heir apparent. Yes. So, like I said, those of you who are familiar, who follow Ooni of Ife's palace stories, I'm sure you will have heard that some women, aka praise singers, have gone to the palace to sing these praises, and it is the fallout of that thing they did that we're bringing to you right here. Okay, so Ooni of Ife, known for his deep wisdom and commitment to tradition, has finally spoken out with a fiery declaration, sending shockwaves across the Yoruba kingdom. Yes, you heard me well. In a dramatic move, he has banned individuals is deemed to who he deemed as troublemakers, from entering the palace, especially those attempting to sow division among his sons under the guise of praise singing, because that is exactly what it is. How dare you come to the palace and all you do is to single out one of the sons. Our dear Kabisi has three sons. The whole world knows that Kabisi is the first son, is the senior son by right and privileges and by God's divination. You can't come to the palace by whatever guise. You single out one child out of three. Meanwhile, the other two are even seniors. You single that one out and you are chanting, praising, double crown praise just because of the fact that the father and mother come from royalty. You don't do that. I think that was the height of insensitivity, if you want to ask me. And I'm very glad that our dear Kabisi, being a man of wisdom and commitment to tradition, have given this stand warning. And it was timely as well. His outrage stems, from the resurfacing of the double blue blood controversy, a term that gained notoriety upon the birth of Prince Ademakinwa. I hope a lot of you can recall that when Ademakinwa was given birth to that time, that no other person than Ebony herself came out to make that a famous statement that my prince is a double crown prince. Don't forget that that issue created a lot of controversy. A lot of people were very very disappointed with her, and it took just stroke of luck that that matter was able to be resolved amicably at the end of the day. But why this thing is coming up again now is what I don't really understand, honestly. So at the heart of this storm is Ebony, who was once accused of leading a subtle but dangerous campaign to elevate Ademankiwa's status, indirectly challenging Prince Tadenikao's unquestionable right as the Arole Odua, the first son of the throne. Like I keep saying, you see, this is just by God's divination. You cannot change history, you cannot change the order of things. It is by God design that Tadenikao is the first son of our dear Kabisi. If you like, cry from here to Jericho. If you like, gather all the women of this Nigeria to go to Ilefe to sing of double crown prince, double this. It doesn't change, it doesn't negate the fact, the indisputable fact that, you know, Tadenikawo remains the first son, the Arole Odua, that is the first son of the throne. Yes, that is it. The idea of a double blue blood, according to how they have been labeling this whole thing, suggesting that the prince born of both royal parents carries a superior lineage, was seen as an attempt to cast a shadow on Tadenikao's birthright. You know, all this whole thing is all about trying to cast a shadow on Tadenikao's birthright. But the reality is that do these people think that Ooni of Ife has suddenly changed from the man of wisdom, the man of intelligence that he is? Do they also think that the custodians of the Yoruba race we have forgotten what tradition is all about? How can the first now? How can the last of the sons now become the first? Is this like the Nigerian INEC? I'm talking about Nigerian electoral. No, no, not INEC now. The Nigerian Supreme. Okay, let me not call it. Is this like Nigerian court who would declare somebody who came third in an election as a valid winner? I mean, of an election, somebody who came third. Is that the sense here? Is this one of those things that Ebony thinks she can do and get away with? The last time it was banishment, we were told that she almost escaped. So I wonder why she's at it again. You know, I'll be asking this question: why now again? Why now? If her elders, particularly those from the Gese ruling house, they are said to have reacted with strong condemnation, warning against any action that could plant the seed of division in the royal lineage. Because this is what I think this whole Ebony's drama, this charade is all about. But I really wonder why. At the height of this double crown prince topsy-turvy the last time, rumors swirled that Ebony barely escaped banishment as the palace distanced itself from any insinuations that could challenge the sacred order of succession. You know, there are a lot of things that you cannot change. The right order of things remains sacrosanct. You cannot wake up from one side of your dream or whatever and begin to arrogate things like this to yourself. The order of things remain the order of things. It's as simple as that. So it became a battle not just of bloodline, but of power, influence, and the politics of royal motherhood. With tension threatening to resurface, the Ooni of Ife has now drawn the line, publicly disowning the double blue blood narrative. Yes, he has to do this, and promptly too, because if he doesn't do this and wield the big hammer right now, I can tell you that this thing is going to snowball to something unimaginable, especially for these young kids who are completely innocent of what is going on right now. Do we want to set them on fire when they grow up? I really think that is not what we should be thinking right now. Okay? So, in a move that shows his firm grip on the throne, dear KBC, our dear KBC, has now sent a very stern warning by saying, if you are one of those calling any of my sons a double blue blood to create unnecessary rivalry, you are not welcome in my palace anymore. Exactly. Exactly. By taking this stand, the Ooni of Ife has not only reaffirmed Prince Tadenikao's supremacy as the heir apparent, but he has also shut down any emerging power struggle before it could escalate into a full-blown royal crisis. I said it. This declaration is expected to send shockwaves through the palace cycles, forcing the so-called royal loyalists and court influencers to rethink their alliances. But will this warning be enough to silence those who have vested interest in reshaping the future of the Ile-Ife's royal dynasty? I tell you something, one thing is clear. The Ooni of Ife is in full control, and the throne will not be shaken by enemies. I said it. You see, one thing I love about our dear Kabisi is that, look, you can accuse him of any other thing, or maybe say Kabisi likes women, blah blah blah. He has a way with women, blah blah, and the rest. But when it comes to taking the right decision, my brother, my sister, give it to our dear Kabisi. This is not the first time standing his authority, stamping his authority on situations like this. This is not the first time, I tell you. So, and I'm not surprised at all that look, he's wielding the big stick once again, so that this situation does not snowball into a full-blown royal crisis. Okay. So, and the question I kept asking as I was uh, uh, delivering this story was that why now? Why is Ebony coming up with this same double crown prince Wahala at this time? Especially if the report we heard the last time that she barely escaped banishment is anything to go by. Is there something deeper than what you and I can see at this time? Is there a deeper plan by her and her dynasty? Whatever it is, I know that the place of Tadenikawo is always assured. Our dear Kadis has stated that emphatically by giving this stand warning to those praise singers. And I'm very sure that this stand warning is going to reverberate all over the Ileife kingdom. Okay? So this is the story that broke out right now. And we have decided to bring it to your doorstep. What do you think about this story? Please go to the comment section and leave your comments because I'm going to meet you right there immediately. Thank you so much for listening to our stories. Thank you for sharing our videos. Thank you for liking our stories. Thank you for also subscribing for those of you who are subscribing. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the day.